Looks like we've already skipped on to the next draw, and this is for the compound men's event. And as you can see, the top two seeds out already for this one. Mike Schlüsser, Mr. Perfect from the Netherlands on the left, and Braden Gelantine of the USA takes up position number 2 on the right. Now look to me like that was the host nation athlete Belayev. It is indeed who's taken up position number 3. And Colombian Daniel Munoz is drawn out. So it looks like it's James Lutz of the USA who's going to take on Anton Belayev. He's had a cracking season. 100% victory on the international stage, James Lutz. And that is Josephat Bosanski of Slovakia, who's drawn against Schlosser. I'm sure that was the one all of the athletes were wanting to avoid. So the Italian Sergio Pagni, he goes up against Munoz. That leaves just one athlete, and it's the Turkish Evren Kayran who's come out, and he's drawn against Braden Gelantine. Vanessa, it looks like they're skipping through these draws pretty quickly, so your initial thoughts on this one?
The big thing that stands out for me with this draw is none of these archers, at least from my knowledge, have shot against each other in the World Cup Series this year. The big match that's going to really stand out for me is Belayev versus Lutz. You have the world champion, also world #1 right now, and he's been undefeated this season against someone with a home court advantage.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant season for Jimmy Lutz, isn't it?
He's absolutely fantastic. It seems like he has no fear when he shoots.
And he's probably an athlete that everyone else is. I'm not going to call him a dark horse because everyone knows he is unbelievable. Shot a 150 this year in a gold medal match.
Yep, that's right. That was at his first ever World Cup, and that was his first international competition as well. I don't even understand the mental stamina and the mental power that you need to be able to shoot something like
well,
it.
I just walked past us there, actually. Yeah, he's a very impressive athlete. But how about an interview with Mr. Perfect here? Let's go down to the podium and speak to Mike Schlüsser from the Netherlands.
Mikey, congratulations for making it to Moscow. A good year for you overall, wouldn't you say?
Yes, for sure. Like, I have made a lot of podiums, a lot of good matches. I felt like my level was definitely here this year.
You took your draw today. Who's up against you in the first match?
A guy from Slovakia.
And what do you feel about that draw?
I think like no matter what, like all top 8 people that are here can be winning, like be at the end at the top spot of the podium. So I don't think that the draw is that important. It's just who has the level at that day is going to win.
And you've been to a number of World Cup finals now. You know what it's like to be here. You know what it's like to shoot in one. What's the key to going into Friday morning with the right level, with the right mindset to take it all the way?
I think you need to just keep it calm. Like we've been here all year long. We've been working for it. This is time to show it, and I think that's what you need to think about, like the bigger picture, kind of.
You shot really well at the World Championships. We're just unlucky in home soil not to make it all the way. The World Champion is here, James Lutz, and he's in your side of the bracket. Would you like to face him? Are you looking forward to facing him?
Of course I'm looking for some revenge. He won there at the tournament for me, and now it's my turn, I think.
Well, congratulations. Good luck with the tournament this weekend, and enjoy yourself.
That guy from Slovakia is Josephat Bosanski. I think you've got to say Sir Perfect. Mike Schlüsser is probably the favourite in that top half of the draw.
Yeah, I'd have to say so, but interestingly, at the World Cup final, he hasn't had much success. So he's been to quite a few. It's his fifth consecutive appearance here, but he only has 1 gold in Odense in 2016.
And in that top half of the draw, he also alluded to that matchup between Anton Belayev and Jimmy Lutz. We talked about Jimmy Lutz having a great start to the season, 100% victory on the international stage. That's a tasty little semi-final that could be on the cards for us.
That is, and sorry, my correction, he's not world ranked #1, but he is world champion. I think it's going to be a really good match because I think Bulayev might actually be a little bit of a dark horse and unexpected to see how well he's going to shoot, but I think he'll do just fine.
At the bottom half of the draw sees Daniel Munoz of Colombia go up against Sergio Pagni of Italy, and then it's Evren Kyron against the superstar that is Braden Gelantine from the USA. How do you see the bottom half of the draw?
Yeah, the bottom half isn't going to be any easier than the top half. So Braden Gelantine is a veteran, and he is actually the world ranked #1. Kyran is going to be, it's going to be a very difficult match for the both of them. So they've won a lot of things throughout the entire year, and I don't think they've actually met before this season, so I think it'll be an interesting one to watch.
And Kyron picked up a bronze medal at the European Games in Minsk just recently. He's climbed up to #4 in the world. He's on good form at the moment.
He is, and he has a slightly different shooting style from compared to some of the other archers. I think the most important thing might be how he handles himself from a psychological point of view and mentally.
Yeah, so the lineup's now complete. What would be the stand-up in that men's quarterfinal?
I'm really interested in the Munoz and Pagni match because Sergio's shot over 50 World Cup stages now. Munoz is still a young guy, but he's proven himself to be a very, very consistent archer. He's still quite young, but I think he's going to do a good job against Pagni. We'll see what wins, youth or experience.
Well, and the interesting thing about Pagni is that he's made a couple of quarterfinal appearances this season, and sometimes when you have someone of that experience making it through, you expect them to get through. But he got knocked out by Schlusser in Medellin and by Lutz in Antalya, and of course he's in the other half of the draw.
Yeah, he used to be very, very dominant back in 2009, 2010. That's when he won both World Cup finals. And I think he's waiting for his moment to come back right now.
So really interesting lineups in both the compound women's category and the men's category here at this brilliant venue, as we got a little sneaky glimpse of Mete Gazos there, because